Hey, what's going on, man? GooseSports here. Got another video for you, and this is gonna be the last piece of the position previews for LSU, as we'll preview the quarterback position, and also we'll look ahead uh, till we'll go over next year, as LSU's got a big recruit coming in next year, a five-star recruit, number one player in the country. But Garrett Nussmeier is finally going to get his chance, and he's going to be the guy. He's had just a handful of opportunities to play football for LSU. He's come in and his first one was against, I think it was against Arkansas. That was I think Ed Orgeron's last year, and yeah, he was just thrown into the fire and didn't play well that game. But he didn't. Then he came in against Georgia in that second half and played. I know Georgia called off the dogs and all that kind of stuff, so you got to take that into consideration. But he did perform okay in that game, and then he played in the bowl game against Iowa. Purdue. It was at the Citrus Bowl in Brian Kelly's first year. Then he started last year in that ReliaQuest Bowl against Wisconsin and led LSU to a victory. So Garrett Nussmeier finally gonna get his chance, but he's gonna be the guy. No, he's the guy now. Uh, he's the number one quarterback, and hopefully he can, uh, hopefully he can take the bull by the horns and be the number one quarterback that LSU fans have been hoping to see since he got here on campus. He came in with a lot of fanfare, right. He thought very highly of him. Doug Nussmeier as his daddy. He coached the Saints at one time, and but if you look at Nussmeier's stats all time, it's not very impressive. I mean, he's completing. I know it's only it's a lot of mop up duty, and only had one really true start against Wisconsin last year. But for his career, he's only completing 59% of his passes. He's 129 of 219. He's thrown for 1,700 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. So I know it's a very small sample size, but for LSU to be, if LSU wants to, get to the playoffs this season, he needs to improve on those stats tremendously. He needs to be in the high 60, maybe close to 70% the completion percentage for this season. But I think he can do it. I really think he can. Since now he's going to be the guy, and I think he can. But no, for a long time LSU had for a while there under Les Miles, LSU had some mediocre quarterback play. You had Jordan Jefferson and you had Jared Lee. A lot of things go into that. I think they were poorly coached. Both those guys, I think they could have been a lot better quarterbacks than what they were. I'm not saying they were going to be elite, but I think Jared Lee and Jordan Jefferson could have been a lot better if they had proper coaching. But they never got that at LSU. And then you had Anthony Jennings and you had Brandon Harris, two guys that were just very subpar. And it wasn't until Joe Burrow where LSU's quarterback fortunes changed, and all of a sudden now we have elite quarterback play. Now Miles Brennan was supposed to be the next guy up, and Miles Brennan, a lot of injuries with him, and it never worked out for him. And then you had Jane Daniels in the transfer portal the last two seasons for LSU. Played very, very well. Of course, won the Heisman last year. So, but it's been a while since we've had a quarterback that we recruited. I'm talking about we recruited that was really good. Because Joe Burrow was a transfer, Jane Daniels was a transfer. I'm trying to think of a guy that we actually recruited and ended up being really, really, good. Offhand, it's just blowing my mind. I know Jefferson and Lee were recruited, but they like I said, well, they had bad coaching, but they never were going to be elite quarterbacks. It's been a while since we've had a quarterback that we actually recruited. Maybe Jamarcus Russell and Matt Flynn. Ryan Perrilloux didn't work out because Ryan Perrilloux went off the rails. Maybe probably Jamarcus Russell and Matt Flynn was the last two quarterbacks that we actually recruited that played well for LSU. But if you look now, going forward, and Nussmeier, will he be a year or will he be here 2 years? That's another question, because if you look at LSU and at their depth chart, as at the quarterback position, let me pull this up real quick and look at it. Okay, you got Ricky Collins. He's a redshirt freshman. AJ Swan is a transfer from Vanderbilt. He's a junior. I think Swan's now third string. I think Ricky Collins is gonna be a backup quarterback. And you got Colin Hurley. He's a freshman. He was just in this recruiting class. And then next year, LSU's really got a guy, Bryce Underwood, the number one player in the country out of the state of Michigan, is committed to LSU. Now, a lot of things can happen from now and then. With his, these players, they change their mind. They change their minds every 5 minutes. But right now, Bryce Underwood is committed to LSU. For signing days not until December. And I never really get excited about recruits until they actually put their pen to the paper. But LSU looks pretty good in quarterback for the next several seasons, especially if Garrett Nussmeier can perform well this season, and then maybe he comes back next year. I'd be really shocked if Nussmeier has the kind of season that would propel him to the NFL draft next year. I just don't know if he's going to make that kind of improvement in 1 year. I think Nussmeier will be here for 2 years. And then after the 2025 season, it's really going to be interesting to see who our quarterback will be. Will it be Underwood? Will it be Bryce Underwood? Will it be Ricky Collins? Will it be Colin Hurley? Really curious to see then. But all in all, LSU looks like their quarterback, their future quarterback is rock solid. But Garrett Nussmeier will be our starter. And we'll see how he performs Sunday against USC. Hopefully he can come out and throw for a few touchdowns and take care of the football like Jane Daniels did and lead LSU to a victory. But you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you next time, and go Tigers.